Previously on Boreal Off Grid.
We have had a good experience with edible plants so far. Now we would love to start exploring medicinal uses of the boreal forest wild plants. We went picking Canadian goldenrod flowering tops and leaves. According to the Native Americans' tradition, they are anthelmintic, anti-inflammatory, antiseptic, astringent, carminative, diuretic, febrifuge. It is also used in the treatment of kidney and bladder disorders, rheumatism, and arthritis. We went picking raspberry leaves as well. A tea made of these leaves prevents vomiting and is used as a tonic for the uterus and for facilitating childbirth. By the way, we learned that barley everlasting was often deployed in the treatment of a range of ailments. The whole plant is analgesic, antiseptic, astringent, expectorant, and sedative, but the fresh juice is reported to be aphrodisiac. Another beautiful sunset by the lake. The golden hour never disappoints us. They say it isn't summer until you've had corn on the cob. So, as we went to town last weekend, we bought some to prepare a traditional simple recipe. We boiled them and put just a pat of butter and a generous seasoning of salt. Delicious. September is an equinox month. Statistically, the equinox months are the best for aurora activity. So we were following the aurora forecast in our latitude, hoping to see the northern lights. That night was a good opportunity. In this video, red color means intense aurora activity. We were ready to stay out late that night, but sadly dark clouds came and covered the night sky preventing us from watching the show. This is a gourmet type we brought from Oxapampa, Peru, one of the finest in the world. Enjoying our wild blueberries jam.
Délicieux coupé.
C'est surtout avec la farine de sarrasin.
Now it's time to organize our picking. Plants are gathered in the summer and dried for later use. So in the case of the flowers, we decided to tie little bouquets to hang them upside down near to our cooking stuff. In the case of the raspberry leaves, we just put them in the toaster cover beside our cooking stove. A rainy day is the perfect time to enjoy reading, writing our journal, or playing. One Man Wilderness, about Dick Pronicki's 30-year experience in the Alaskan wilderness, is very inspiring because of his choice. And it's of course very useful to get some technical tips for living off grid and log building. We keep up a diary to document our experience in every detail. Some books on boreal plants and flowers have been really useful for foraging. We sometimes have fun playing chess or Chinese checkers. We are studying many books on different building techniques. We are educating ourselves to be ready for the construction we're starting next year. Even when there are gray clouds in the sky, sunset is incredibly beautiful here by the lake.
After breakfast, we went for a short canoe trip to see the thick fog. There is always something mysterious yet relaxing about fog. The fact that we cannot see much seems to increase the noises we hear. My grandfather used to say, "Treat an axe with respect, it will help you build a house. Treat it with disrespect, you won't have any fingers left to work." This is especially important considering that we live in the wilderness and don't have any hospital in a range of 200 kilometers. Definitely not the right place to get injured. Every day before going to cut trees, I sharpen my axe carefully. This can make a difference in the energy spent to cut trees, and since we only work with hand tools, energy saving is very important to us. I start by using a 1000 grit sharpening stone to remove any chipped edges. Then I continue with a 4000 grit stone to improve my work. And I finish with the 6000 grit honing stone to give the blade a nice razor's edge feeling. There you go, ready to fell trees. This week, we are in the final sprint of our tree cutting. We still have only 10 trees left to cut from the 60 we need to build our log cabin. This cut was perfect, as you can see from the 2 inches wide hinge that directed the tree exactly where we wanted it to fall. The most used technique to fell a tree is to make a notch cut in the felling direction, the one you see on the right, and finish with a felling cut on the other side of the tree. When we work in the forest, we sometimes see strange animals. Although we now pretty well master the tree cutting techniques, sometimes we just don't want to fall.
Tout à fait.
Here, we found a tree that was already down, but was suspended between a rock and a stump. It was therefore in very good conditions, and we succeeded in making 2 logs out of it. Smaller trees in diameter are lighter and tend to have a harder time to fall down. This one almost didn't make it to the ground. All in all, we prefer to cut trees during windy days as the wind helps us pushing the tree down and it demands less effort.
Woohoo!
This one was too light and branches from the other trees prevented it to completely fall down. The wind and the snow will probably finish the work during winter and we will find it on the ground next spring. Unfortunately, some trees are rotten inside, and it is very difficult to tell from the outside before spending energy to cut it. We won't be able to use this one. But anyways, it is better to have them down as they can fall on any windy days, and it could be dangerous. Finally, we are cutting our last tree. It is also the biggest one, with 13 inches in diameter as its base. It will yield 2 logs, and we will probably use one of them as a ridge pole. Luckily, this is a windy day, and it will help us felling it. There are still lots of snowberries at this time of the year. We left on their felling site all the trees we cut. They will dry during the winter and lose 30% of their weight. We will haul them to the construction site next summer. Although they are scattered over a 200 meters radius, we will retrieve them thanks to the GPS position we took for each one. So there you have it. We succeeded in cutting our 60 trees this summer. They will be ready next year.
Yay! Tree number 60! We made it!